Hello and welcome to video 1, opening chart windows. As you can see, this is a MT4 trading platform from our Pari. It's a demo account which I've just downloaded for the sake of this lesson. What you have in front of you is pretty well much what you'll get when you first download the MT4 platform. You'll have 4 windows with charts on, with the black backgrounds and a very basic charting symbols there. Okay, so what we're going to do is I'm just going to show you how to open the charting windows and briefly how to set up a basic, more friendly view for you. One that I prefer to use anyway, and I'm sure you'll find it easier as well. So first off, we're just going to close down 3 of these windows. You just click on the X's in the corner there, and you'll notice that you can drag these charts about, you can move them around, you can make them smaller by dragging the corner or the sides, or you can drag the bottom down, making them bigger. Okay, you can have as many charts as you can fit on the screen if you want to make them small enough. Personally, I think this is pointless because, you know, how are you going to establish any sort of technical data from a chart that size? So what I prefer to do is have the charts full screen, but then have them on tabs down the bottom. Okay, so what you'll notice here, we've got the Euro US dollar. H1 means it's a 1 hour chart. If you go to File up here, it's got New Chart. Click on New Chart and it will give you a list of currency pairs, the major ones first. We're going to open up the pound US dollar. Okay, so that opens up on full screen as well, and you'll now see that you've got 2 tabs down the bottom. We've got the pound, we've got the US dollar. Okay, and we're going to continue here until we've got the 6 major currency pairs that I like to trade. We're going to open up the Euro, the Australian, and you can drag these into order as well at the bottom. You can left click and hold down and move that out. I like to have them in order. So we've got the dollar, the Australian dollar first, then we've got the euro, and we've got the pound. We're going to open one for US Canadian. Okay, see that appears on the tab down there. We're going to open one up for US dollar Swiss franc, and finally we're going to open one up for US dollar Japanese yen. Okay, so now we've got the 6 major currency pairs that I trade at BOAFX, and what we're going to do is we're just going to change these into a more friendly looking chart. If you look at the top of your toolbar here, you'll see that there's 3 different options for the candles here, with what we call candles. If we enlarge that slightly, you can say at the moment it's on a bar chart. Okay, so these are just single bars. Not many people really use this. I certainly don't. I like to use what we call candlesticks. Okay, so we click on the candlesticks, which gives you a more sort of prolific view of what's going on. Why they're called candlesticks is because of obvious reasons. They look like a candle. You can see here you've got a wick at the top, and then you've got like a base of a candle. This indicates the price as it's moving. We'll go more into that later on. At this lesson we're just going to show you how to open these charts. Okay, so we're on the candlestick. There is the other option, which is the line chart, which gives you a sort of an overall direction of trend. Trend is another thing that we'll be covering in this lesson. We're going to stick with candlesticks because that's what we use. And the only other thing that I'm going to do in this lesson is I'm going to change the background of the chart. I prefer to work with a white background, green and red candles. Okay, so we're going to show you how to do that. We right click on the chart, and it brings up the options box. We're going to click on properties, and here you have color scheme. We're going to change it to black on white. Okay, now we've got different options down the side here. We've got the background, which we've already set. We've got the back as white, foreground, which that's black, and we've got the grid, which is silver. Okay, your foreground is around the edge here, and then you've got your foreground is the lines and your writing, etc., and the grid is your box grid here. Bar up, we've got black. Okay, we're going to change that to we're going to leave that as black. Okay, that is basically your wick. Okay, bar down is your wick down, which is these parts here. Okay, and we're going to have the bull candle at the moment, which is your upward trending candle. We're going to change that to green, and we're going to change the bearish candle, which is your downward trend, to red. Okay, we don't need to worry about volumes, arse lines, stop levels, etc. at the moment. And we're going to click on OK, and there we have what I like to say is a better viewing chart. Okay, now the best way we could save this as a template, so that you don't have to do this every time you open your charts. If you do close down your charts and open them, it will open them in the same pattern as you left them. But if you were to change this now into something or to delete it, then you'd lose these settings. So you right click on the chart again, you go to template, click on save template. Okay, and you can name this whatever you want. Let's just do Adam lesson 2. Okay, you can save that as whatever you like. Click on save. Now the great thing about this is when I go to the euro US dollar, it's still in the old settings. Obviously the Australians are the ones we've just changed. If I now right click on here, go to template, and if you scroll down, you can see Adam lesson 2. Straight away I've changed the euro US dollar into that same view as the Australian. Okay, now do that for all of your currency pairs that we've got open at the moment. Adam lesson 2, whatever you've called it. Adam lesson 2. Adam lesson 2. And the last one. Adam lesson 2. Okay, now that is basically how you open charting windows. Obviously you can, if you double click on these, you can make them smaller so that you've got the smaller charts, and you can obviously, as I said before, you can make them smaller, move them around so you've got more than one on the window at any one time. Like I say, I don't personally go for one big chart and change the tabs, so you can just swap between those at the bottom like so. Okay, now the only other thing I'm going to show you just on this one video is the time frames. This is something that we'll be going through in a later lesson. I just want to show you how you can change those. At the top here you'll see you've got 1 minute. Okay, so that means that each and every candle represents 1 minute. You'll see these candles move much faster than on a bigger time frame, but you also notice that the scale on the side is a lot lower. You can see this gap here is only 3 pips, whereas if you were to change that to 30 minutes, you'll see this gap here at the middle there is 21 pips. Okay, you see that candle there is moving significantly slower to the one on the 1 minute chart. There we go, it's bouncing up and down there. Okay, and we've got 5 minutes, 15 minutes. Obviously each candle here is 15 minutes, so this is a 15-minute time frame. This is what's happened in the 15 minutes. Okay, each candle. We've got 30 minutes, 30-minute time frame, each candle, how it's moved in 30 minutes. 1 hour, 4 hours, a day, so each candle here represents 1 day. A week, and then finally it gives you a month. Okay, you can see the dates down the bottom here, it goes right back to February 02. Obviously you've got that big downward trend there in February 2008 when the recession hit, we all know about that. Okay, so that's it for this lesson. Make sure you understand how to open, close charts and get yourself set up with that template, as you'll be needing it for the next lessons. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next lesson.